I wasn't supposed to hear it. If I'd walked into the kitchen 30 seconds later, my life would have kept rotting quietly, the way fruit spoils unnoticed in the back of a fridge. But fate has a habit of ripping open curtains when you've been living too long in the dark. It was a plain Tuesday evening, the kind where nothing dramatic ever happens. My wife Emily was chopping vegetables, her phone on speaker as she talked to her sister, Claire. I stopped near the doorway because I heard my name. Never a good sign. Claire asked, "Are you really thinking about leaving him?" Emily laughed. Not a nervous laugh. Not confused. The kind of laugh people make when their decision is already carved in stone. She said, "Of course I am. But not yet. I'll leave when the time's right. No point blowing things up before I'm ready." I felt something inside me tilt, like the whole floor shifted 2 inches to the left. My chest tightened, then cool, disappointment and clarity shaking hands for the first time. When Emily hung up, I waited 5 seconds, then walked in like I just arrived. She smiled at me like she hadn't just put an expiration date on our marriage. That night I didn't confront her. Not out of fear. Not out of weakness. Something in me simply shifted. A colder, quieter version of myself stepped forward. One that observed instead of reacted. For the next 3 days, Emily was too normal. Asking about my day. Sending TikToks. Making plans. Smiling too easily. And the quieter she acted, the louder the truth became. I watched her like you watch a movie you've seen before, and suddenly realized the villain was obvious the whole time. The small dismissive comments. The energy she saved for everyone but me. The emotional distance disguised as tired. The signs had been there. I'd just been the last to read them. Friday arrived with a dinner I'd forgotten about. 8 of us around a candlelit table downtown. Emily glowed, laughing, chatting, performing for an audience. And then came the moment that changed everything. Someone joked, "So, Emily, how do you put up with this guy?" She smirked and said, "Oh, I won't have to put up with him forever. Don't worry." The table laughed. But I didn't. Because I knew exactly what she meant. I set down my fork, wiped my hands on the napkin and looked around the table. Not at her, but at the people who were about to witness my turning point. In a calm, level voice I said, "Well, Emily won't need to worry about that anymore. The timing is right now." The laughter died instantly. Emily froze, her smile collapsing like a faulty lie. "Lucas, what are you talking about?" she whispered. I didn't look at her. I watched the candle flames instead. "I overheard you the other night," I said. "You told Claire you'd leave when the time was right." "Well, it's right." She blinked like her mind couldn't buffer fast enough. "Lucas not here. Please." A month earlier I would have obeyed. Protected her pride. Saved her from embarrassment. But that version of me died in our kitchen 3 nights ago. So I turned to her and said quietly, "Why not here? This is where you hinted at your exit. Seems fitting I confirm it the same way." She flinched. Her voice cracked. "You misunderstood." "No," I cut in softly. "I finally understood." The table went still. Even the waiter turned around to avoid walking into the tension. I stood, placed cash on the table, more than enough to end any objections, and said, "You were waiting for the right time to leave. I'm just saving you the trouble." Her chair scraped back as she stood too. "Lucas, wait. Please. Talk to me at home. Don't walk away from this." Funny how the person planning their escape panics when they lose control of the narrative. I paused at the doorway and looked back one last time. "I'm not walking away from us," I said. "You left long before tonight. I'm just acknowledging it." I walked out. The cold night air hit me like a baptism, sharp, clean, honest. My phone buzzed with calls and messages, but I ignored all of them. Our marriage hadn't ended tonight. It ended in the quiet neglect, the slow withdrawal, the moments she thought I wouldn't notice. The betrayal wasn't another man. The betrayal was her indifference. Hours later, when I finally returned home, the house was dark. Emily sat on the couch, eyes swollen. "Lucas, please." I walked past her. "Emily," I said, not turning back. "You wanted an ending you could control. But endings don't wait for permission." In the silence that followed, she finally understood what I'd learned days earlier. When someone shows you they're planning an escape, you don't beg them to stay. You open the door. And for the first time in a long time, I slept peacefully, knowing the right time had finally come. Not for her. For me.